Today is Friday, January 9th, and the NFL playoffs are here. Between the Bases starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the Between the Bases podcast. My name is Noak. I'm by myself today, and today we're going to go over every NFL playoff game, my predictions, my bracket. But I got to give you guys a warning. I predicted the Super Bowl in our prediction episode before the season started, and that Super Bowl outcome is still possible. So I'm going to go based off that, right? Not based off what I actually think is going to happen. My predictions are going to be based off my original Super Bowl prediction. So here we go. We're going to start off with the first game tomorrow, which is Rams against the Panthers. I love the Panthers. They're 8-9. They had a losing record coming into the year. They won a weak division. I think they're going to be very good in a couple years. I like what Dave Canales has built over there. I like Bryce Young a lot. But that being said, I think the Rams are one of the best teams in the NFC, if not the best team in the NFC. They lost out in the division to the Seahawks. Seahawks are also a very good team. That I think the Panthers, stand no shot against the Rams tomorrow. I'm going to take the Rams winning tomorrow. Give me 38-10. All right. I don't know if I'm going to do score prediction for every game, but that game just felt like it needed score prediction. Next game we have the 49ers and the Eagles. All right. It feels like every time the 49ers are in the playoffs, they play an NFC East team, right? They always play the Cowboys or the Eagles. Back in the day, used to play my Giants back before when I remember. But I think the 49ers and the Eagles, we see this every year, it feels like, that the Eagles are a very strong team, right? Nick Sirianni is a very good coach. Howie Roseman's a very good GM. The defense is very good, but the offense has its question marks this year. A.J. Brown looks like he doesn't want to be there. Yes, he had over 1,000 receiving yards, but he's voiced that he doesn't want to be there. Jalen Hurts, I think he's the most overhated quarterback in the league. Everyone hates on him. I don't think he's all that bad. That being said, I don't think he's the top tier quarterback. He's a quarterback you win with, not because of, and he won a Super Bowl. So, granted to you, you're a good quarterback. You won a Super Bowl. You're a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley also had a down year this year. One of the best running backs in the NFL. But I think Kevin Stefanski, the way Kevin Stefanski coaches the game, Brock Purdy, he's not the best at quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, but he's a very good quarterback. George Kittle's a very good tight end. Jawan Jennings is good. Ricky Parcell thinks he's going to have a good game tomorrow. I think the 49ers are going to win tomorrow. But let's give 27-24 49ers. I don't even know if Jawan Jennings is playing tomorrow. I don't know why I said that. Next game is Packers against the Bears. Long time NFC North showdown. Two rivals. I like the Bears a lot. I like the Packers a lot. That being said, no Micah Parsons tomorrow is going to sway me in the direction of the Bears. Ben Johnson has done a very good job leading this Bears group. A young quarterback in Caleb Williams who shows that there's no pressure on him. He's a very good quarterback. Doesn't let pressure get in the way of him. I think Jordan Love's a very good quarterback too. But at the end of the day, the Bears are going to win tomorrow. Give me 24-17. Okay, now let's move on to the AFC side of the bracket. Texans, Steelers. I was going to sleep, a couple nights ago, and I was thinking to myself, which quarterbacks in the AFC do I trust the most? Right? Which quarterbacks in the AFC do I trust the most in a playoff game? And I came to the conclusion, I only trust two quarterbacks, and that's Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. And Aaron Rodgers, of course, the quarterback of the Steelers, he's done it before. But that being said, the Texans, defensive line, the Texans defense is the best in the NFL, right? And defense wins championships. That I think CJ Stroud has to step up if they want to win the Super Bowl. But against a team like the Steelers, who, there's questions surrounding the area. Is Mike Tomlin going to get fired after this game? Is he going to go to media? That I think the Steelers, Tomlin has won a playoff game since 2016. That I think you can get away tomorrow with CJ Stroud having, a quote unquote solid night, not an elite quarterback night, but a solid night for CJ Stroud. That I think the Texans will win on Monday. Give me 20. I feel like I go 27-24 every game. So let's go 17-7. All right. Moving on. My game of the weekend, Bills versus the Jaguars. One of these teams is my Super Bowl pick to win the AFC from the beginning of the year. So I'm going to have to go with the Buffalo Bills. I like the Jaguars offense a lot. I think they have a very good offense. That defense scares me, though. And Josh Allen has proven that he could do it in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence also beat the Chargers down 27-0. But Josh Allen could do it in the playoffs. This is really his year. It feels wide open. I think the Bills win tomorrow. Sunday. I'm recording this on Friday. The game's on Sunday. I think the Bills win this game 20-17. Close game. Chargers and the Patriots. Give me my first upset alert of the whole season. The whole playoff so far. Give me the Chargers. I don't trust Jake May in a playoff game yet. Only beating one team over 500 the whole year. And Justin Herbert's been to a playoff game. Jim Harbaugh knows how to coach, good teams. He knows how to coach playoff teams. That I think the Chargers end up winning. I think that game is tomorrow. No, it's not Sunday. The Chargers win the game. I'm just gonna stop with score predictions because I don't like. They sound all similar. Okay, so moving on back to the NFC side of the bracket, divisional round. I have the Rams against the Seahawks. I think the Rams win this game. I think Stafford's proven that he's done it. I keep on repeating myself that these quarterbacks have done it in the playoffs. Last year, when Sam Darnold played the same Rams defense, he had a bad performance with the Vikings. I think the Vikings offense was much better last year when they had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Yet Jackson Smith and Njigba is one of the best receivers in the league. But I think the Rams win this game. The Seahawks won the game, last time they played each other in Seattle, but I think playoff energy is different. I think the Rams end up winning this game. Moving on, we have the 49ers and the Bears. I love the Bears. No shots to the Bears that they win that game. 49ers are just a much better team than the Rams are. Than the Bears are, and I think the Rams are winning that. 49ers, I don't know why I keep saying the Rams. The 49ers win that game. So right now in the NFC Championship game, give me a second. I'm talking way too fast. Sorry, I had to slow it down. We have the Rams and the 49ers. And I think the 49ers win this game. My pre-season predictions on Between the Bases, go check that out. I had the 49ers beat 49ers Bills in the Super Bowl. I think the 49ers end up advancing and beating the Rams. I think Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, we've seen this before in the conference championship game. The Rams went on, won the Super Bowl. Guess what? The Super Bowl was in the Rams' house. This year, the Super Bowl is going to be in the 49ers' house. Let's switch it. 49ers going to their home stadium to play in the Super Bowl. Moving on to the AFC, Texans, Broncos. Broncos, they're a solid team. They're not as good to be the 1 seed that I think the Texans, again, best defense in the NFL. You could probably get away with a solid CJ Stroud start. I think the Texans win this game and are moving on to the conference championship game. And I already hinted at this before. Bills, Chargers. I think the Bills are winning this game. I hinted before that I had the Bills in my Super Bowl pick for the AFC. I think the Bills move on against the Chargers. Justin Herbert. Just looking over my notes on this game. Bills proven they could do it before. Again, Chargers also have won, but the Bills, this is their year. No Lamar, no Mahomes, no Burrow, no JJ McCarthy. Shout out to all the fans out there of JJ McCarthy. This is the Bills' year. And I believe the Bills will beat the Chargers and move on to the Super Bowl. And our Super Bowl prediction here in Levi Stadium, San Francisco. The AFC Buffalo Bills against the home team, San Francisco 49ers. Pre-Super Bowl prediction, I had the Bills winning. I'm going to take the Bills again. This is Josh Allen's year. It couldn't have been more wide open for you, Josh. This is your year. Bills take the Super Bowl, and they beat the 49ers. Give me 27-17. All right? Probably wrong on some of these predictions here. Always fun looking back, after the playoffs and seeing what I did wrong. But the Bills are your Super Bowl champions according to my bracket. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Let's go, Giants.